This episode is for the person who's tired. Not just physically tired, though that might be part of it, but the person who's tired of being strong, tired of being the one who manages, who copes, who shows up, who holds it all together for everyone else. Vulnerability is not weakness dressed up in a nice way. And today we're talking about what happens when you finally let yourself stop being strong. I think one of the most exhausting feelings in life is being the person everyone believes is okay. There were seasons where I didn't even realize how tired I was because I had become so used to functioning in survival mode. I remember a particular season when it felt like every area of my life needed something from me at the same time. There were family responsibilities, there were work commitments, there were personal goals, and just everyday demands of simply being an adult. Real strength isn't pretending you're okay. Real strength is being honest enough to say, God, cannot do this on my own anymore. Here is one thing I want to say to you straight out. Hi there. I'm glad to have you here. I'm sure you have been liking our conversation so far. If so, please subscribe. Help us build this community and go a step further by pushing the like button. When you do that, it helps the algorithm push this to people who will benefit from our conversations. Share it also. Think of that one person that will benefit from these conversations and discussions that we have on this platform. And finally, leave a comment. We will want to hear from you. We do read all of it. So leave a comment. Let us know what stood out for you, what resonated with you. Share your own perspective, share your story, share your journey of faith. We're happy to hear from you. Thank you so much for your support. There's a kind of exhaustion that nobody talks about enough. Not physical tiredness, though that's real too. The exhaustion of being the person who holds it all together, the one everyone leans on, the one who does not fall apart, the one who keeps showing up, keeps functioning, keeps carrying because the alternative feels impossible. This episode is for that person, for the one who is quietly running on empty while somehow managing to look fine from the outside. And it asks something that might be the most important question you hear today. What would it mean to let your guard down? Not just with people, but with God. This is a permission given episode. Not to give up, but to be honest, to be held instead of always holding, to discover that vulnerability is not weakness dressed up in a nice word. It is one of the most courageous things a person of faith can do. Hey, loved ones, welcome to Through Eyes of Love. I'm really glad you're here today with me because today's episode is for a very specific person. You might not know yet if that's you, and that's okay. But I have a feeling you will know pretty quickly. This episode is for the person who's tired. Not just physically tired, though that might be part of it, but the person who is tired of being strong, tired of being the one who manages, who copes, who shows up, who holds it all together for everyone else. The person who has not fully let anyone see how much they are actually carrying inside. Because somewhere along the way, falling apart stopped feeling like an option. If that's you, even a little bit, I want you to stay with me today because I think there's something in this episode that you genuinely need to hear. This is Through Eyes of Love. And today we're talking about what happens when you finally let yourself stop being strong. I think one of the most exhausting feelings in life is being the person everyone believes is okay. You know, that person people describe as strong, as dependable, as resilient. The one who always finds a way to get things done. The one people call when they need advice or encouragement or even help. For a long time, I wore that description almost like a badge of honor. I used to be that person who pushed through it all. If something needed to be done, I would do it. If there was a problem, I would figure it out. If people needed support, I would show up. And to be honest, there were seasons where I didn't even realize how tired I was because I had become so used to functioning in survival mode. I remember a particular season when it felt like every area of my life needed something from me at the same time. There were family responsibilities, there were work commitments, there were personal goals, and just everyday demands of simply being an adult. Nothing, nothing was necessarily falling apart. Nothing. In fact, from the outside, things probably looked fine. I was still showing up, I was still smiling, I was still getting things done, I was still encouraging other people. But internally, I felt exhausted. Not physically exhausted in the sense that I just needed a good night's sleep. I was emotionally and spiritually tired. I was drained. The kind of tired where even small decisions feel heavy. That kind of tired where you're not crying every day, but you're carrying more than you were ever meant to carry alone. I remember sitting quietly one evening after a long day at work and realizing I didn't have the energy to be strong anymore. Not because I wanted to quit, no, not because I had lost my faith, but because I had reached that limit of trying to hold everything together by myself. And what surprised me the most was realizing that somewhere along the way, I had started believing that being strong meant never slowing down, that strength meant always coping, always managing, always being available, always having the answers, or that being needed was the same thing as being loved. But that's not actually what God asks of us. No. I think sometimes we tend to confuse strength with self sufficiency. We think being mature means carrying every burden quietly. We think being faithful means never admitting we're struggling. But in that night, I remember God gently reminding me that He never asked me to be strong enough for everything or everyone. He only asked me to bring everything to Him. And there's a difference in that because real strength isn't pretending you're okay. Real strength is being honest enough to say, God, I cannot do this on my own anymore. Saying, God, I am tired. God, I need you. Looking back now, I realize that season taught me something important. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is stop pretending to be strong. Sometimes strength just looks like surrender. It looks like rest. And it also looks like allowing God to carry what you've been trying to carry all by yourself. Strength is not the same as endurance, and being held is not the same as being weak. Here is one thing I want to say to you straight out: God is not impressed by how well you are holding it together, He is moved by how honestly You come to Him when you are not. Strength and vulnerability are not opposites. We might have been taught that by culture, by family systems, sometimes even by church, that vulnerability is what you show when strength runs out, like it's a consolation prize. But that's completely backwards. Vulnerability is not weakness dressed up nicely, it's the courage to be seen as you actually are. And it takes far more strength to be honest about your limits than to keep performing endurance that you don't even have. The person who can say, I'm not okay, is not falling apart. They are being remarkably brave. You were never meant to carry it alone. I want to ask you something. Who taught you that you had to be this strong? Because somehow you learned that the weight was yours to carry alone, that asking for help was a burden on other people, that letting people see your struggle was too much to ask of them. And I just want to say this with as much kindness as I can that it is a lie. You were not designed to be self sufficient. None of us were. We were made for community, for interdependence, for that kind of relationship where the burden is shared and the load becomes lighter. That is not weakness. That is exactly how it was supposed to work. Also, rest is not a reward, it's a necessity. Jesus did not say, come to me once you've earned it. He said, come to me, all who are weary and burdened. Not some of you, not the ones who have hit rock bottom, all who are weary. That's a standing invitation, not a last resort. And the rest he offers is not the absence of responsibility, it is a different way of carrying things. With him underneath his yoke, which he describes as easy and light, the exhaustion you're feeling right now is at least partly the exhaustion of carrying things the way you were never supposed to carry them alone. So I'd ask you, what are you carrying right now that you have never fully put down? And think to yourself, what would it feel like, even just for a moment, to actually let someone else help you hold it? The book of Matthew, chapter 11, reminds us of something. It says, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. We spoke about this earlier. It says, take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your soul. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Let the word all sink in for a second. All who are weary, not the ones who have exhausted every other option, not the ones who have finally admitted defeat. All. The invitation is open before you hit the wall, before you break down. Right now, in whatever state you're in, He is gentle and humble in heart. That is who is waiting for you. Not a disappointed parent, not a demanding boss, someone gentle who already knows and who is inviting you to rest. Also, the book of Psalms says, cast your cares on the Lord, and He will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken. That's strong. Cast them, not hand them over politely. Cast. Like you're throwing something, like, take it. It's not mine to carry. There's a kind of exhausted abandon in that word that I find really comforting. You do not have to manage the handover. You do not have to package it up neatly. You can just throw it to him. He can take it. He will sustain you. Galatians also tells us, carry each other's burdens, and this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. The law of Christ. This is worth noticing. Carrying each other's burden is described as fulfilling the law of Christ, which means that when you let someone carry your own burden, when you let someone in, when you accept help, when you let the load be shared with another person, you are not being a burden. And don't make anybody make you feel like you are. You are giving someone else the opportunity to love you the way they were designed to. You are part of the equation that makes this work. So, in this week, I want us to keep things pretty simple. So, here are some things I would like us to try together. Try telling one person the honest answer. The next time someone asks you, how are you? Someone safe, someone you trust, not just anybody. Try giving them the real answer, not the whole story of if that's too much. No, you don't have to tell the whole story, just something honest. Honestly, I'm running a bit low, or I'm carrying a lot at the moment. Just an honest response. That one moment of honesty can start to break the pattern of always performing to be fine. And let's also try to bring the exhaustion to God unedited. Don't try to edit it. Take 10 minutes this week. Just be honest with God about how tired you are. You don't have to say a polished prayer. You don't have to make a bold face. Just actual, raw, unfiltered truth. Tell Him what you are carrying. Tell Him how long you have been carrying it. He knows. Tell Him you do not know how to put it down. He'll help you. That's not lack of faith. That's the one most faithful things you can do. And let's try to accept an offer of help. It might be hard, especially for someone like me, but try it. If someone genuine, someone you trust, offers to help you this week, even if it might be a stranger, they offer to help you with anything, big or small, say yes just once. Resist the I'm fine, I've got it. Let someone carry something for you. Notice how it feels. Notice the world does not just fall apart when you let someone in. You feel a little bit lighter. You feel carried. You feel cared for in a way. And I would like us to ask ourselves this question to get more reflection. When did you learn that being strong meant carrying things alone? And where did it come from? What are you currently carrying that no one around you really knows about? And what would it mean for you to specifically rest, genuinely rest this new week? Ask yourself this question, and trust me, the answer will be relieving and it's going to launch you to be able to practice all we've discussed. You don't have to earn rest. You don't have to reach the end of yourself before you're allowed to say you're tired. The invitation is open right now. Come as you are. Whether you're weary, whether you're burdened, you're held together with willpower and routine and the quiet determination not to fall apart. That's okay. Just come exactly as you are. Come like that. Because that is exactly who God is waiting for. And if you wouldn't mind, just say this with me. Father, we come to you tired today. Some of us more tired than we have told anyone. We bring you the weight of all of it. Not managed, not packaged, just real. We are casting it all on you. Even if our arms are shaking when we do it. And we thank you that your invitation is not come when you've sorted yourself out. It's come, just come. And we're here. Hold us in this. Give us the courage to let people in and remind us that the rest is not a failure. It's a gift you have been offering us all along. Amen. Thank you, loved ones, for being here today. If this episode reached something in you that needed reaching, please share it. Someone in your life needs to hear this too. Leave a comment, leave a review, like, and also subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Until then, let's keep walking through life together through eyes of love. Bye.